Sawubona, Liam here in for Bear. You type one sentence into an AI, it can end up in 4 different places and people talk about all 4 as if you're equally in control of them. You're not. 3 of them you can walk back out of, 1 of them you can't. Start with the detail. 1 sentence, 3 facts. You have a partner, they hike, you live near Denver. Harmless on its own, also enough to put you roughly on a map. Those 3 facts don't go to 1 place, they go to 4 and the 4 are stacked. Each level is narrower than the one above it, because each level keeps less of what you said and keeps it for longer. Anthropic's education team laid these 4 out, and the taxonomy is correct. I'm borrowing it. What they don't draw is the axis that actually decides how careful you should be. Not where does it go, which of these can I walk back out of. Every level has a door, 3 of them open both ways. Level 1 is the conversation itself. While the window is open, the model is working with your 3 facts. When the window closes, it isn't holding them anywhere, because it wasn't holding them anywhere else to begin with. Open a fresh chat tomorrow and it starts blank, not discrete, empty. On its own, the model has no idea your partner hikes and no way to find out unless you tell it again. So the first door swings both ways. Close the tab and the detail is gone from the only place it was living. Level 1 costs you nothing. Almost everything you ever type stops here. Level 2 is where the language gets sloppy. So let's ask for the mechanism instead of the marketing. Here's what that phrase hides. The model did not remember you. A file on your account did, and that file gets read into the blank chat before you finish typing your first word. That distinction isn't pedantry, it's the whole point. A memory you can open is a memory you can edit. In most products you can read the file, change a line, clear it, or switch the whole thing off. Second door still swings both ways, but somebody set the latch before you got here. Depending on the product, memory is on by default or waiting to be switched on. That's a setting, and settings are checkable. Level 3 isn't the model at all. It's the provider's own machinery, keeping the service up, reviewing for abuse, fixing bugs, research, and depending on the company, commercial uses too. Your 3 facts sit in that machinery for a retention period, and here's the part worth saying plainly. The period is real, it's usually written down, and it is not yours. Third door still opens both ways. Past a clock you don't wind, you can ask for deletion. You don't set the interval, that's not sinister, it's operational. But notice what changed. This is the first level where being in control stops meaning you can undo it, and starts meaning you can file a request and wait. Level 4 is training. Some providers use conversations to improve the next model. Personal details are generally stripped out first, and that hedge belongs to them, not to me. And then your sentence stops being a sentence. It becomes a very small adjustment to how likely certain words are to follow other words, not a record of you, a pattern. That's offered as reassurance, and it is one. Nobody can read your words back out. It's also the door that doesn't swing. You cannot untrain a model on a conversation it has already learned from. Where providers train on conversations, most let you opt out, and you should go find that toggle. But understand what it buys. It protects every conversation after you flip it, not one before. 4 levels, 3 doors that open both ways, 1 arch. Which gives you a rule that beats any blanket policy. Price what you share against the least reversible place it could reach, not the most likely one. Most of what you type never leaves level 1. Decide as though it might. And the cheapest habit on the list costs you nothing. If the tool doesn't need the real name to do the job, don't give it the real name. Rewording an email works exactly as well with a placeholder in it. 4 places and they are not the same kind of place. The conversation forgets when you close it. Memory is a file you can open and edit. Provider systems hold it on a clock you don't set. Training turns it into a pattern, and that one is permanent. Opt-outs are forward-looking. Everything else is a setting you can go check in about 5 minutes. Your turn, open the privacy and data settings for the AI tool you use most and find 4 specific things. Whether it keeps conversation history, whether it has a memory feature and whether it's on, what retention period it states, and whether training on your conversations is on or off. Then ask which of those 4 you could reverse tomorrow and which one you couldn't. That last clause is the whole exercise. You'll find the first 3 are toggles and the 4th is a date. 3 you can take back, 1 you can't. Liam in for Bear.